Hey everybody, this is Matt Davis here. Now in just a moment I'm going to demonstrate adding the tiles transition to videos in Clipchamp. But first I have to open Google Chrome here, which is right here on my taskbar. I have a set icon here on my taskbar. I'm going to click that now. And I'm going to move my mouse pointer up and click in the address bar and simply type in www.clipchamp.com. Now press the enter key. Perfect. Now move the mouse pointer up and click the sign in icon. Okay, perfect. You can see we have a handful of sign in options here, but I'm going to click continue with Microsoft. Clipchamp is currently owned and operated by Microsoft, and I'm going to click continue with Microsoft. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to choose my account. Obviously, I have to click my email address here. My email address is on my account icon. That's why I've blurred it. No offense to y'all. I just blurred it to make sure I don't receive a whole lot of spam email. So I'm going to click that now. Excellent. Now you can see that brought me to the home area here of Clipchamp. But obviously I need to enter the video editing area so I can start my project. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and click create a new video, start from scratch. I'm going to click that now. Okay, awesome. Now before I proceed any further, I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here to the upper left and click in this input box, which is to the right of the word Clipchamp there. I'll click in there and just simply title my project. Tiles transition. Perfect. Now, before I import the media, I just want to show you this here. In the center of the screen, you can see the preview pane. And above the preview pane, you can see the size icon. So, and you can see the alt text there says change aspect ratio. I'm going to click size. And I want to make sure that wide 16 by 9 is checked. You can see we have access to several aspect ratios, but wide 16 by 9 is the one I need to click to make sure it's checked, because I'm going to be using two clips which are 1280 by 720. So that's a 16 by 9 aspect ratio. That's a 16 by 9 resolution, I should say. So I'm going to click wide to make sure it's checked. Perfect. Now I'll move the mouse pointer to the left of the screen and click import media. Perfect. Now I'm going to navigate towards my folder, which contains my clips. Obviously, wherever it is on your hard drive is where you put it. That's all up to you. But I'm going to click the desktop here on the left. And now find my folder. I'm going to find my folder. Here it is here, sample clips. I'm going to double click it. I'm going to double click Clipchamp now. And find my folder. Okay. Here it is here. Tiles transition. I'm going to double click that now. Okay, perfect. So I'm now going to click the clip on the left. And I'm going to hold down the control key. And now click the clip on the right. Perfect. They're both ready to be imported now. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer down. And click this open icon on the bottom right of this prompt box. So I'm going to click it now. Awesome. Now they've both been imported. Now, okay, it's extremely important to remember that these two clips have only been imported. They haven't really been exactly uploaded. Clipchamp.com is simply referring to the two clips which are on my hard drive. And that'll work the same way for your computer. Okay, so remember, you should keep them in the originating folder, okay? Okay, now I need to add both clips to the timeline. So this clip on top here, I could drag and drop down there on the media timeline. But I simply want to click the plus sign, which is on the bottom right of that clip, to add it to the timeline. So I'm going to click it now. Perfect. Now the clip has been added to the timeline. You can see that the position indicator is now at the end of that clip. So I'm ready to add the second clip. So I'm going to click the plus sign, which is on the bottom right of that clip now. So I'm going to click it now. Excellent. Now you can see both clips have been added to the timeline. However, you can see that we cannot see them very well. So I'm going to need to zoom out the timeline. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer down here, and you can see these 4 icons here on the bottom right. You can see zoom out timeline, zoom in timeline, fit timeline, and collapse timeline. I simply need to zoom out the timeline. So I need to click the icon which looks like a magnifying glass, and you can see there's a minus sign on the magnifying glass for zoom out timeline. So I'm going to begin clicking that now. Excellent. Okay. Now, how about we simply watch these 2 clips before I add the transition so we can compare in the end. So I'm going to click the Seek to Start icon, which is under the preview pane. And now I'm going to click the play icon, which is under the preview pane as well. So I'm going to click that now so we can watch both of these clips. Okay, neat. Now, for neatness sake, I don't necessarily have to do this, but I think I should click the Seek to Start icon again. And now I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the left of the screen and click the transitions icon here. I could type in the search box there under transitions to find my transition, but I'm simply going to scroll down and click it on it. I'm going to click on it. Here's tiles. I'm going to click it and now drag it down and place it between both of these clips. You can see the plus sign there between both clips. Add transition. I'm going to drop it now. Perfect. Now the transition has been added. So now, before we watch the clips with the transition placed between them, how about I simply merge these 2 clips into one longer video file? To do this, I'm going to move the mouse pointer up to the upper right and click this export icon here. Click export. Okay, now we can see video quality. Your video will export as an MP4 file. And we have several options here. We have 480p for drafts, 720p, smaller file size, faster export, 1080p, high quality, 4K. Okay, your video has no 4K media. That's very relevant because we don't have 4K media. This isn't really relevant to this project. And also to access 4K editing, we'd also have to purchase Clipchamp Premium. Clipchamp Premium runs at about $130 per year Canadian, okay, as of the time I made this video. Okay, but I want to export the 720p. That's 1280 by 720 resolution. And I'm going to click that now to begin my export. Okay, perfect, because the tiles transition is now exporting. Okay, excellent. Now you can see in the upper right corner, tiles transition made with Clipchamp has downloaded to my downloads folder. Be mindful of this. You may make a second copy if we click save to your computer, which I think is more important. So I'll move the mouse pointer to around the center of the screen here and click the save to your computer icon here. I think it's really important to know how to do that. Now I'm going to navigate to my folder. Okay. Tiles transition here. Okay, tiles transition made with Clipchamp. You can see it's the file name, MP4 file. And now I'll move the mouse pointer down and click the save icon on the bottom right of the prompt box. I'll click it now. Okay, excellent. I have now saved that file. I'm going to move the mouse pointer up and minimize the window, the browser window here. And now I'm going to find my folder. Double click sample clips here. Double click Clipchamp. And I'm going to now find the folder where I placed the new file. Tiles transition. And here we are. Tiles transition made with Clipchamp. I'm going to double click that now to open it in Media Player. Okay, nifty. I'm going to close the player window there. That's Windows Media Player. Whichever player you use is up to you. I'm going to close that folder window. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click the Google Chrome icon, which is on my taskbar. Perfect. Now I'm going to show you this nifty trick. Move the mouse pointer up to the upper left. And I'm going to click Keep Editing. Okay. Perfect. Now if I so chose, I could begin editing the video file again, the video project again. And also, I don't think I went through this one thing earlier. I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and click in the upper right corner. Click Export. You can see we also have access to GIF and audio only. We can export as audio, the audio file portion of the video only. And we could export as a GIF for videos 15 seconds or less. A GIF is simply an animated image file. It's not a video file. You can use a GIF on a social media page or on a web page. Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the upper left again, and you can see these three bars. I'm going to click those and click back to home. I'm going to scroll down, and here's our Tiles transition project again. So I'm going to click that, and now, excellent. Now we're back in that project again. We can edit some more. Okay, just to let y'all know, just to remind y'all, remember that this is the free online desktop version of Clipchamp, which you may find at clipchamp.com. The programmers may change features, move features, or remove features entirely. So I always try to stay patient when using it. Other than that, it is an incredible program. I really love it. All right. Feel free to ask questions in the comment section. Thank you all very much for your time. Thank you all very much for watching.